Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome to the 5th Formula 1 Grand Prix review that I do on both my stream and my YouTube channel. Now, pretty much what that means is on the Monday after a Grand Prix weekend, we sit down, we watch a bunch of videos, discuss a bunch of things. We also do a Reddit recap. We also look at our F1 fantasy and our F1 play. We also take a look at our Watchalong reactions. Sorry, our reactions from the Watchalong night. Now, the Watchalong for the Monaco Grand Prix was absolutely nuts. I appreciate every single one of you who tuned in. We do that every single Grand Prix weekend on my Twitch channel. But yeah, we'll start off with the Watchalong reactions. Dude, they're all going to set banker laps in Q3, and they're going to go balls to the wall. 50 milliseconds off of a second. Oh, and he fucked up sector 3. Ricardo will probably improve, though. He's got to, surely. Ricardo's out. Oh, my lord. Oh, he missed the checkered flag. Top 8 split by 5/10. Guys, top 8 by 5/10. This is Imola all over again. All right, 11 minutes, 2 laps, I'm assuming, from each driver. Please, please. Leclerc pole would be lovely. Max pole would be great for the championship and the Grand Prix. The more cars that split the Mercs from Max, the better. This could be the best 10 minutes of the season. Well, probably not, but some of the best 10 minutes of the season. Probably the best. This could end up being the best qualifying of the season. Purple for Leclerc. Oh, my lord. My heart's pounding. My heart is pounding right now. 2/10. Holy shit. Hamilton. Quite off his teammate, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. 5/10 off his teammate. Perez way off as well. Look at that top 4. My lord. Bottas might have just done the lap of his life, to be honest. Who knows? Wow. Dude, this is better than Imola. Dude, I don't care who gets pole at this point. It's so close that whoever gets pole is still entertaining as fuck. 5 teams in the top 6. 5 teams in the top 6. Yo, everyone in my team is in the top 6. 5 drivers in my fantasy team are in the top 6. He mounted that curb. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Big blocks. That is not a good lap for Hamilton. He's not looking in good shape right now. This is probably one of the most excited I've been for Formula 1 ever. Oh, he's waiting. He's backing off for a last lap.
An 18-4 first sector. And
oh no! Wait, he's thrown on purpose. He's thrown on purpose. He might be able to keep pole. He's actually thrown. He's red flag. He's on pole. He's actually thrown. He's thrown to get pole. Holy crap! No, he ruined it. He ruined it. Oh no, he ruined it. He's on pole, but he ruined what I got. He ruined such a good qualifying. Oh no. I mean, it's good for him, but he ruined such a good qualifying. Oh my lord. Yeah, okay. Oh no, dude. I wanted to see it. He's binned it. We literally could have had the best qualifying of this. Oh my lord. He's on pole, lads. That's all that matters. Oh, man. No, I'm so happy because there's a Leclerc pole, but I'm so upset because that could have been such a good ending seeing... Oh, my God. I can't believe we just had 7 drivers fighting for pole. Wait. Leclerc problem? Wait, what's happening? Leclerc's out. Oh, no. Gearbox issue. Oh, no. He's not getting back out. That's it. Pit lane start for Leclerc. Leclerc's at the back of the garage. Oh, yeah, Leclerc's not starting the race at all. He's out before it's even begun. Wow. And we're a go. Max, terrible start. Whoa, he covered him though. Big lockup from Bottas. Max had a bad start, but we're good. He kept the place. Oh, Hamilton gonna try undercut. Wow, okay. I thought they would leave Hamilton out to cover off Verstappen. That's very interesting. Wow, Bottas is going for the undercut. But I think Verstappen's just going to put the... Oh, good work, Mercedes! Oh. Sainz and Norris. Oh, my lord. Bottas. I actually feel fucking bad for Bottas. Oh, I feel so bad for Bottas. I feel so bad for him. He's going to have a fantastic Grand Prix weekend, and he gets stuck in the pit lane. This is fantastic for Sainz and Norris, but this is so sad. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, Hamilton just missed Gasly under the pit stop. That is tough. Hamilton not happy. They can't do anything. He's retiring. He's got to retire because they can't get the wheel nut off. That is the worst way. Oh, there you go, Vettel.
Vettel, is he ahead of Gas?
What is this broadcast? What did Vettel just do? Vettel's on fire! What a shitty broadcast! Hamilton morning. See, I knew this is what I was talking about. Vettel, Hamilton doesn't like this pressure. He just got undercut by a Vettel in a Aston Martin. How? Dude, Vettel's in 4th right now. What was that broadcast? Who made that decision? Big ups Vettel. I don't know how they did that. How did Vettel overcut Gasly and Hamilton? Holy fuck. Merc in the bin. Wow. Terrible strategy from Merc right now. Terrible. They've told him that he went long, and then they put him. That's a bit of a yikes. Yeah, because they fucking cut away from this. Look at Vettel. They cut it again! Dude, get me on! Get me on as a director. This sucks. Who's Perez going to jump? Is he actually going to come out in front of Vettel? No way he comes out in front of Vettel. Oh! How did Perez jump all those guys? Last week, Merc had the absolute great strategy. Red Bull this week, doing great. Oh, yeah, if Ricardo... There we go. Norris has just lapped Ricardo. Wow. Toxic, waving to your teammate as you go by as you lap him. The podium is definitely sick, although I don't want to be that guy, but it would have been nice to have seen this podium with Bottas and Leclerc not having the issues, but still, great podium. Verstappen leads the championship. That is great to hear. Sainz, fantastic drive, kept it clean, exactly like he needed to. And Lando Norris holding off Perez there at the end. Great work. That was the cringiest fucking shit I've ever seen. Never do that again. Please don't do that ever again, David Coulthard. That was fucking so dumb. They were congratulating Max, and then they were like, no, fuck you. We're going to ask Serena Williams a question about the Grand Prix. And she said, yeah, the Grand Prix, yeah, it was great. It was spectacular. She doesn't even know Max's name. David Coulthard makes it awkward by going, do you guys know each other? They're like, yeah, well, she doesn't know who the fuck he is, probably. And then she's like, yeah, I'm preparing for my tennis match at the moment. And then Max is just standing there like, I've won a Grand Prix. Who the hell? Man's just won the Grand Prix. And you're asking another athlete from another sport a question. Wow, no yellow flags ever for the first time in a Grand Prix. In Monaco Grand Prix, wow. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable Grand Prix. Now, it wasn't anything too crazy. I wouldn't say it was like an S or A tier Grand Prix for me, but it definitely had some great moments and just a lot of great storylines. It was thrilling. The whole weekend was thrilling. FP1 and 2 were so good. Qualifying was fantastic. The race wasn't fantastic. It wasn't that great, but it just had so many good moments that we're going to talk about today. But yeah, let's get into the race highlights. Max, look at that. Max pointing his car. Look at how well he pointed his car to cover off Bottas here. And Bottas definitely had the better start, but Max covered off so well because of this. Perfect from Max. Perfect. Look at that. Squeezing him into the wall slightly, just enough to keep in front. And this is beautiful from Mick. Ballsy as fuck to do this on your teammate, but man, oh man. Now, this very much confused me about Mercedes. Now, I'm no expert, but undercutting here makes no sense. Overcutting makes so much sense, especially with how much issues these guys have been having this weekend with warming up their tires, especially in F2. I don't know why Mercedes was trying to undercut, and obviously we'll hear it in the post-race interviews from Lewis, but the fact that Lewis was saving his tires and then was told he's going to pit, he pushed, used like barely any of his tires, and then pit to undercut. It was such a bad strategy from Mercedes. I don't know what they're up to at all. Here's the sad moment. Oh my god. Feels so bad, man, for Bottas. Oh. You just must be sitting there just in disbelief, honestly. And Hamilton comes out behind Gasly. Oh my god. And then this is where the Hamilton mold starts. These 10 laps were fucking insane. Not much else happened in the Grand Prix, but those 10 laps were nuts. You gotta feel for Bottas, man. I mean, he's been shit on by the public and the media all year for not performing at Hamilton's level. Although we all know Hamilton's built different. Like, should Bottas be really performing at that level? Who knows? But yeah, Bottas came out, qualified 5/10 better than his teammate at Monaco. Fantastic. He was looking great. He was going to hopefully fight Max at the front. Who knows what would have happened. Maybe Sainz would have got past him. Either way, he would have been finishing a pretty good Monaco Grand Prix, considering how bad that Merc looked. Later in the race, Hamilton did indeed stop again to fit Sauce in an attempt to gain a single point. That's risky, actually. Thinking about this now, Hamilton pitting for fastest lap for the extra point was so risky. He's risking getting 1 point for the sake of his tire not coming off because of the gun. Oh, see, look, it's completely shredded. And Perez overcut all three of them. Fucking nuts, dude, the overcut here.
Good job, currently sitting P4.
And obviously, well done, Max. Yeah, it sucks we couldn't have people fighting him at the front due to 2 issues, but yeah, great win from Max. To talk through each driver's race, Max Verstappen obviously had no one to fight. Carlos was catching him slightly at the end, but didn't really do much. Bottas dropped off before his pit stop, but we didn't get to see what he could do on the hard tires because, yeah, of the wheel nut issue. So Max kind of got a quote-unquote easy Grand Prix. But yeah, great win, obviously. Great strategy from Red Bull this weekend. I mean, you know, they just played it safe and they did well. But their strategy with Perez was insane. Carlos Sainz, again, he was catching Max, but couldn't ultimately do much. I think he was too far down. I think that Red Bull's too good at Monaco. Would have loved to have seen him try catch Bottas and pass him. I generally think Sainz would have caught him and passed him if Bottas was still in the race. Lando kind of having one of those races where nothing much really happened. Actually, towards the end, he had 5-lap older tires than Perez and he was struggling, but then Perez's tires fell off the cliff as well. So Lando got to keep that podium. Now, Perez, great drive. He did really, really well. Specifically, Red Bull did fantastic this weekend with that strategy. Overcutting Vettel, Gasly, and Hamilton. Great work from Red Bull. And the big thing was only finishing 20 seconds behind Max Verstappen. That is a big one. That's probably, other than Bahrain, I'd probably say his best Grand Prix. His second, so it would be his second best Grand Prix of the season so far, Perez. And it's showing he's getting up to speed on that Red Bull. He looked bad the whole weekend, but the race he did good. And that's all that matters. Vettel, my driver of the day. I think although Perez overcut him, I think Vettel gets driver of the day because Perez finishing in 4th was more because of the team strategy. Vettel finishing in 5th was a lot to do with himself. His laps to overcut Gasly and Hamilton were nuts. And the fact he was keeping Perez behind for those first 30 laps of the Grand Prix was fucking insane. I love that. Vettel, well done. That's what we want to see from him and Aston Martin. That Aston Martin is doo-doo. So for him to get P5 at Monaco, fantastic. But as we know, we're probably going to head to Azerbaijan and that Aston Martin's going to go back to the back of the grid. But when Vettel can capitalize like that, great work. Gasly, finally a good result for AlphaTauri. Finally a good result. You know, I kept saying it the whole season that AlphaTauri look like they've got the 4th, 5th best car on the grid that is not delivering right now. But Gasly getting a good result. Lewis Hamilton, what a tough weekend. I mean, he's been saying all weekend, like, oh, I can't warm up the tires, blah, blah, blah. We're hearing his post-race interview. He blames the team for all his issues. But at the end of the day, he qualified badly. He put himself in that spot. Now, I do think the race, you got to blame the team a little bit, or a lot, because that strategy was bad. Why are they trying to undercut at Monaco? Why are they telling him to conserve his tires and then pitting him before he's used them? It's kind of a bit ridiculous. Lance Stroll, I guess, pretty good result in Aston Martin. We got to see a lot of his replays. Ocon, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that Ocon got 9th, 2 points this weekend. I was expecting the Alpine to be at the back of the grid. They're way too reliant on their energy, on their fantastic engine, and yeah, for him to get 2 points was great, and to finish so far ahead of his teammate as well. Giovinazzi, great weekend again. Coming back to the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, good result with Alfa Romeo. Now, Daniel Ricciardo, I feel for him, man. I feel for him. I feel for him, but I don't. He needs to keep putting the work in. Now, before the race started, I was like, yeah, Ricciardo just needs to stop complaining. He just needs to put the work in. He needs to get better, blah, 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 blah. Something didn't click, whether it's the car, whether it's him and this track in the car, whatever it may be. It didn't click, and he says he wants to put it behind him and focus on Baku, which should be a good Grand Prix for McLaren. So, Alonso quite far down on his teammate. I didn't expect too much from Alpine. I mean, he's quite close in terms of timings in the race, but quite a few positions down. Yeah, Williams, guys, 750th Grand Prix weekend. Didn't do too much. But they did beat Tsunoda, and now Tsunoda was probably one of my biggest disappointments of the weekend. Like, again, the AlphaTauri is looking like the 4th, 5th best car on the grid. You got Gasly finishing in P6. Yes, I understand Tsunoda's a rookie. It's his first time at Monaco, but to finish 16th behind the Williams, fuck, that is tough. And then, obviously, the Haas, I think they were like 3 laps down by the end of the race or whatever it was. So, yeah, Haas weren't doing anything. Mazepin beat Schumacher, but from what I've heard, Schumacher had a lot of car problems, obviously, because he binned it in free practice 3. Yeah, but good weekend from Mazepin. Everyone's shitting on him, you know, saying he's going to put it in the ocean. Lol. And yeah, to not crash once, not spin once, I don't think, and to beat his teammate. Good result from Mazepin.
We thought it would be one of the toughest weekends we've had all season, but
that's what I thought.
Turned into one of the opposites. So
every time I think McLaren are gonna have a bad weekend, Lando proves me wrong. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's pretty
the team for sure.
Like?
Well, I haven't spoken to them, so I don't know where.
Again, blaming the team. Now, all I've got to say to that is, yes, I do agree. In the race, Mercedes let down Lewis Hamilton in the sense of making him pit to undercut a track like that, especially when he hadn't even used his tires yet. That's a mistake from Mercedes. But to say, for Lewis to say there's nothing to learn from this Grand Prix weekend is pretty ridiculous, because he fucked the team and himself in qualifying by qualifying 7th. Whether it was a mistake, whether it was not warming up his tires, he was the one who had issues on Saturday, which led to Sunday's issues. He put himself in 7th place. So for him to be like, nah, I got nothing to learn this weekend. You don't want to learn how to warm up your tires? You spent the whole weekend complaining about how you couldn't get the tires up to temperature. Whether it be the Mercs not able to warm up the tires or you aren't able to warm up the tires at a track like that. That's something you can learn from. That also comes down to setup. You can help the team build a better setup. Valtteri wasn't having issues in qualifying. You were having issues. That's something you can learn from. Yeah, in the race, Merc made a bad strategy. But when you're talking about the weekend as a whole, you cannot just blame the team. You are the one who've put you and your team in that position by qualifying 7th.
Yeah, it's special here, so I'll cherish it.
That was sick. That was sick. Cool to see drivers get along like that. All right, guys. It is time for a Reddit recap. So what we do is we chuck it on top of the week, and let's have a look at everything, on Reddit from the week, or all the popular posts, I should say, and discuss some things around it. Max leads the World Drivers' Championship for the first time ever. We forgot to talk about that. Yeah, big. Max leading the championship, Red Bull leading the championship for the constructors. I've spoken about this a lot throughout the season. There's going to be a lot of Mercedes dominant tracks, a lot of tracks Red Bull should dominate, and a lot of 50-50 tracks. Now, we had Imola, which was definitely a Red Bull track. He won it. We had Bahrain. Red Bull definitely should have won that considering how good they were coming out of testing. They unfortunately lost out due to the penalty and the strategy and whatnot. Then Spain should have been Red Bull's track. They lost out there. And then Monaco was Red Bull's track and they won it. Next week, Baku should be Mercedes. But yeah, if Red Bull can keep this up, it's looking good. It's going to be a fucking huge fight this season. I cannot wait. And then, not to mention, in the fight for 3rd position, we've got Bottas, Perez, Leclerc, and Sainz. I think Bottas should pull away from as the season goes on, but 4th place, Perez, Leclerc, and Sainz is going to be nuts, and Lando in the mix. I forgot about him. This is going to be cracking. Red Bull's Golden Boy, Spaniard from Ferrari, and the Brit of McLaren, Monaco 2011, Handshake Monaco 2021. It's pretty cool to think in 10 years' time we've got Red Bull P1, Ferrari P2, and Red Bull McLaren P3. Jesus Christ, he's like rubbing it, but he's not. That's nuts. Photographer's timing. This is very cool. With Leclerc Bender, the photographer just popped up. Oh, dude. Verstappen on whether pole should be taken away from Leclerc after causing red flag. No, it's a difference in it if someone does it deliberately. But that wasn't the case here. We all push and a mistake is easily made here. I completely agree with Verstappen, I don't think the qualifying should change. I mean, there's other alternatives, but I think this is what Formula 1's got right now is the best thing. All the drivers are out there pushing, whether it was Max who retired, fucking Mazepin who retired, or Leclerc who retired, If someone retires making a mistake, it's just tough. You should always be striving to have your best laps, and Leclerc had the best lap before someone crashed. It just happened to be himself who ended up crashing. Golf McLaren on track. Man, it does look nice, I'm not gonna lie. For anyone who hasn't heard my thoughts on the McLaren yet, I don't like the McLaren design. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do love this golf color. So yeah, for me, I put the McLaren I think in my B tier, and I still think it's like a B plus for me. I don't like the design of the McLaren, but I do like the color. So yeah, it wasn't anything spectacular for me. It's definitely not my top liveries of all time. I'm sorry guys, I just hate the stripe down the nose, but yeah. New McLaren livery in the pit lane. Dude, everything's about the new McLaren livery! Yeah, 100%. Completely agree with this comment. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if more cracks appear. I said it before the Monaco Grand Prix. I said it all day. I'm so looking forward to seeing how Hamilton handles being in 7th today. Because, as you've seen, he's either loves it or he hates it. Turkish Grand Prix. Being under pressure. He thrived. What a fantastic Grand Prix. Germany 2019. Crumbled. Complained. Shat the bed. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the season. He's either going to fucking deliver. Put God's work in. We're going to see the best Lewis Hamilton we've ever seen. Which I think we are already seeing, to be honest, prior to this Monaco Grand Prix. Or we're just going to keep on seeing him whinge and whinge and whinge and whinge. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Max Verstappen after winning the Monaco Grand Prix. Dude, he needs a new celebration. What is this crap? Pirelli bringing different tire compounds for 2 Austrian races. Okay, split. That's cool. So we're going to have one split, one set of tires at Austria and one set of tires at Styria. Nice. 2 years ago today, we lost Nikki. You will forever be in our hearts. Rest in peace, Nikki Lauda. Still remember the 2019 Grand Prix, one of my first Grand Prix that I watched, and didn't know too much about Nikki back then, but yeah, obviously a very big legend of the sport. The same Monaco chicane over the years. Holy fuck, look how much downfall. I don't know if it's the camera effect of it being stretched or what, but look how much more downforce it's got. Giovinazzi's overtake on knock on the first lap. We didn't see this. Oh, nice camera. Right the outside. We were talking about this the other day. People hate on Bottas for being a shit teammate. But, like, do we not remember Barrichello was in that Ferrari for however long and only won 11 times? Bottas has won probably about the same amount of times, right? Lando Norris helmet for the 2021 Monaco Grand Prix. That's pretty cool. Danny Rick's helmet, I think. Oh, actually, I like that a lot. The goggles are sick. I really like the helmet. That's mint. Verstappen and Hamilton set identical lap times in FP2. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That's cool. He's made that out of fucking paper. That's sick. Yeah, that was a tough crash for Mick. Anyway, let's move on to checking out our F1 fantasy team and discussing a bit from this. This was my team for the Monaco Grand Prix. Now, I had a big faith in Ferrari. Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel if you didn't put Ferrari in your team and you're laughing at people for picking Leclerc, like, why wouldn't you put Ferrari in your team? Like, yeah, Leclerc got unlucky with the damage, but like, why wouldn't you put Ferrari in your team? My team would have been banging if Leclerc hadn't binned it, but I feel like so many people would have picked Leclerc because it was a very, very good option. And this is my team, a pretty fucking crack team. Yeah, obviously the best team you could have done was doing Red Bull, and I think it was George Russell or Mazepin. But yeah, let's go look at where we are in the standings. Now, a lot of people have used their Mega Driver, so I'm currently sitting in P14. Quite happy with that. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite happy I'm in P14. We are currently sitting about 70 points behind the leader, so that's not too bad. We've brought it down from about 120 points to 70 from the leader, so that's good. We have got, though, Christo sitting pretty much on the same points as me and not used his Mega Driver yet. So what is his team? Jesus Christ. He had Verstappen, Turbo Driver Norris, Gasly, Sainz, Ocon, Red. Wow. Okay. So you couldn't have done a better team than this. Bruh, what a team. Now, Kiwi is not only leading my league, he's got the number one team in New Zealand right now, which is pretty crazy to think about. He's number one in New Zealand. You know, not much really happens at Monaco, like not much overtaking, so I felt like it was a safe bet to put Mega Driver on Verstappen, and it worked out well. On to F1 play. Now, there we go. Monaco. We got 3 out of 10. We're in the 25% range. No one got 10 out of 10. No one got 9 out of 10. No one got 8 out of 10. Best was 7 out of 10, 0.21. Now, to talk about this, I believe this is going to be pretty fucked because before the Grand Prix started on my stream while we were doing the watch along, before Leclerc had even gone out on track, before he had any issues, my prediction was that Leclerc was going to have an issue and retire from the race. But because he retired from the race before it started, my retirement did not count. Now, I could have gone on and changed it like a few people did. A few people knew that if you picked Leclerc to retire first, it wasn't going to count because that counts as a do not start, not a first to retire. So I got Max Verstappen right, P1. Unfortunately, I didn't get Valtteri Bottas right, the wheel gun issue. I didn't get Sainz right. So fastest lap, I picked Max Verstappen. I thought everyone would be so close, no one would be able to go for a fastest lap. Lewis Hamilton was able to, so there you go. First finisher Q1. Obviously, I was going off of Leclerc hopefully retiring, which he did, but he did not start. So I got that right for Sainz. Best Q2 finisher, I went with Vettel. Obviously, he did. Banged out of the ballpark. First retire. I would have had that right. Finishes, 16 out of 20. Not as many people retired as I thought. I thought there'd be a few more, maybe a few people clipping the wall and stuff like that. Did not get safety car right. Honestly, thought there would be. And the margin, thought it'd be 2.5 to 4.5. But it ended up being 7.5 to 15, I guess, because Sainz had those issues at the end. So not too bad of a week, to be honest. But I'm going to say it's 4 out of 10 because I definitely got the Leclerc one right. That's just a fucking scam. Anyways, but to look at my league, Monaco, we had Mika with 6 out of 10. Wow. He was in the top like 0.1%. So good on him. Matthew Willis, 5 out of 10. Jackson, 5 out of 10 as well. Then we got Daddy Trin, a bunch of people on 4 out of 10, a bunch of people on 3, or a couple of people on 3 out of 10, and a bunch of you on 0. I'm assuming you didn't do your teams though, but yeah. That, guys, is going to conclude the Grand Prix review for Monaco. I appreciate every single one of you watching. Yeah, it was a great Grand Prix. I mean, a great Grand Prix weekend, I should say. Practices, I fucking loved. Qualifying was insane. Probably one of the best qualifyings I've ever watched. I don't want to say it was my favorite because I might be missing one, but it was definitely top 5, 100%. Top 3 maybe. Loved it. The race wasn't anything crazy, but there was a lot of great talking points, a lot of interesting stuff happening, and I was just on the edge of my seat the whole time. Monaco's just built different. It's that special trait. Just sticks out from the rest. It's the outlier of the year. But yeah, Azerbaijan in 2 weeks time. It's gonna be my birthday weekend as well, so I'm fucking hyped. The track I like IRL. I fucking hate it in the F1 game, but track I like IRL. Birthday weekend, street circuit. I'm hyped. So yeah, see you all there.
I'm stuck inside of these walls.